Greetings, Champ Car Racers. Big hello and welcome to all of you 24-hour hardcore round-the-clock types. Welcome to your driver's meeting, your virtual driver's meeting for your Lifeline 24-hour classic. This is your driver's meeting for your TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series. As usual, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including Tire Rack, Frozen Rotors, Racing Radios, Lifeline, obviously the event supporter, RVA Graphics and Wraps, UUC Motorworks, NLA Parts, Bell Racing, the official helmet of Champ Car. We'd like to extend a special thank you to the Chandler School, who is the sponsor of our Sportsmanship Award. We'll talk more about that at the award ceremony. And our class sponsors, Krispy Kreme, Discovery Parts, and MoneyShiftRacing.com. Big thank you for all of them for being part of our series. We appreciate it very much. There's a lot going on here, so please take a minute to read through the email that you're going to get that this email or this video is a part of, what the link is in. If you're picking this video up off of our YouTube site or something, please go check your email. If you're a registered driver, a team captain, you're going to have an email from us, so please read through that. There is a lot going on for this race and some changes. I'd like to note real quickly here the supplemental rules. If you've downloaded the SUPs, great. Make sure you have the most recent version. Even if you click on our site and one opens up, it may be cached in your computer. So make sure when you download it, you hit refresh and get the most recent version. Version 4 is the one that's out there now. We've had a lot of changes to the way the entry procedures, especially on Friday, the interaction with the Kaizen group, the practice day, there's been a lot of changes to the supplemental rules. So please make sure you refresh your cache and you're looking at the most recent version of the supplemental rules. If this is your first race with Champ Car ever, or if you've just been away from us for a while, either as a team or as an individual driver, and you just like a refresh of how we do things, please take a few minutes to watch our new to Champ Car video. There will be a link to it here in the email that this video came with, and it also exists on our forum under the race events section. Provides a little bit deeper dive into how we officiate a race, how we conduct flags, how we manage pit lane, how we do the start, just basically how you can expect a full Champ Car weekend to roll out from a race management standpoint. So it's a little bit longer, a little bit deeper dive, talks about some stuff that I'm just going to kind of gloss over here. Also, it's probably a good time to mention that we are able to do in-person drivers meetings again. So we will have a drivers meeting at the track. We will have one on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock before the practice session. We will have another drivers meeting at 11 o'clock before the race. We'll cover things like flags and specific rules of the event and whatnot, a little bit more detail. So some of that stuff that's usually in the virtual meeting, we'll cover more in detail on that. So I'm going to kind of blow over that kind of stuff a little bit. Just quickly, though, just a quick refresher on a couple of these things. Remember that fueling is considered to be taking place when the gas cap is off, and the moment the gas cap comes off, until the gas cap is on and all the fuel-y, burny bits go back over the wall. The half-empty fuel jug, the drip pan with a quart of fuel laying in it, etc. Get that stuff back over the wall. In between the time the gas cap comes off and the gas cap goes on and the burny bits go back over the wall, you're considered to be fueling. During the fueling process, you're allowed a maximum of 5 people over the wall, 1 person handling fuel jugs, 5-gallon fuel jugs only, 1 person with the fire extinguisher, 10-pound ABC dry chemical fire extinguisher, charged with the pin pulled, ready to go, about 3 adult steps back. Driver in, driver out, and 1 person to assist the driver. Remember that you cannot do any work on the car during the fueling process. The only thing you can do is change the driver. You can't change batteries. You can't change cool suits. You can't change cameras. You can't check air pressure. You can't change the motor. You can't do anything else service-wise on the car. Fueling takes a couple of minutes, really, guys, about maybe 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So during that 2 minutes, once every 2 hours, I'm asking for 2 minutes of your undivided attention on fueling. Everyone over the wall has got to be in full driver gear, socks, suit, gloves, balaclava if you need it with facial hair, full face helmet with the visor down, basically the same equipment you wear in the car. Okay, so more details on that in the new to Champ Car video, and we'll talk more about the driver's meeting. Remember that pit lane, It's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. All Champ Car events are now 20 miles an hour speed limit on pit lane, especially at night in the dark, a lot of cars. And frankly, it's just easier to remember. When you're managing on pit lane, remember that everybody stops at pit in, everybody stops at pit out. Does not matter why you're coming on pit lane, doesn't matter why you're leaving pit lane. If there's a stop sign, one of my people, you stop. At pit in, they'll put a timer on your car, or they'll administer a black flag if they send you there. At pit out, they're going to do a quick cursory check of your driver equipment. Remember that it's your responsibility to buckle your driver into the car properly, not ours. We will do a cursory check. If it's something we can help you adjust quickly, snap a window net in, put a shoulder belt over your head and neck restraint, that's fine. But if your driver gear isn't right, we're going to turn around and send you back. It takes a lot of time, slows your race down. So please take a couple extra seconds during your pit stop to make sure your driver is buckled in right. Also, wristbands. People at pit out are going to check your wristband every single time you roll out of pit lane to make sure you're a legitimate driver in the series. So if you lose your wristband, you're going to need to get another one. We hand you a wristband, make sure you have it on properly. Just be ready to show it. As you roll up the pit out, they're going to be doing one of these numbers, pointing at their wrists to remind you to roll your glove up for a second, show it. They'll check your safety gear, check your timer, send you on your way. More about that in the new driver video. More about that at the drivers meeting at the event. Okay, so moving along. Let's talk Friday and load-in day. This is where the most changes have come since we rolled this event out. In a classic good news, bad news situation, the good news is that the Kaizen Auto Group is going to be running a practice day on the Friday before our event. You guys can get some practice time in. They've got special Champ Car pricing. There's more about that in the email, along with a discount code that you can apply at checkout to get your Champ Car pricing. The bad news is that they're going to be running a practice event on the Friday before our race, which affects our load-in. So keeping it short, trying to keep it simple. If you are participating in the Kaizen practice session, follow their instructions regarding loading in on Friday, where they tell you to go, where they tell you to set up. If you are participating in their event, either the full day or the half day, and you're in the paddock and you're set up, you can stay there. You don't have to leave Friday and then load back in with us. You're in the paddock, you're fine, you can stay there. If you are not participating in their practice group at all, you're simply loading in with Champ Car. The gates will open for Champ Car, just Champ Car, not Kaizen. Again, follow their instructions. If you're just rolling in with Champ Car, the gates will open at 12 noon. When I say gate, I mean the guard shack on the main road as you enter the track. You can pass that point at 12 noon. Go to the south paddock. That is the change. We were initially planning to stack in the north paddock or in the skid pad or something, but we've changed it based on VIR's recommendations. We are going to the south paddock. Proceed to the south paddock. We will have tech and registration open in their usual place in the south paddock. Tech in the little barn shed there, registration inside the building. We'll stage there until at least 5:30. When the Kaizen people are done and the north paddock is open, then we will shift to the north paddock. We will reopen tech and registration in their usual place, and you can continue to process through. But that's the big change. When you roll in the gates, if you're not running with Kaizen, proceed to the south paddock. Tech and registration will be open there. If you are running with Kaizen through the day, you need to get your car down and get it through tech and registration also. Your choice on when you want to do it, but we will be open there from 12 noon until approximately 5:30 when we shift back over to the north side. But please take some time to get your car up there and get it through tech and registration. A note on tech. Team captains, I've already sent this out to you guys, but another reminder, the electronic tech form is up and running. We've been using it all year long now. It seems to be working well. We are certainly within 2 weeks of the race, so the tech form is available online. Log into that, make sure your tech form is accurate and all the parts and whatnot that you have claimed on the car accurately show your total values. It is your responsibility to get in and get these things in there right. We cannot do it. If we touch your form, it doesn't save properly. It will save for that event, but it won't save for your car. So do us all a favor and get in there and get your form updated. If you already have a 2021 Champ Car tech safety inspection sticker on your car, you do not need to come back through tech. You just have to come through registration, get your driver bands, and pay any remaining fees. If you have a 2021 tech inspection sticker on your car and you have made changes to equipment, you've added a roll bar, you've taken off an arrow piece, you can log into your tech form and make those changes to the value of your car, and you do not need to come back through tech. You still have to go to registration, but you do not need to come back to tech. The only time you need to come back to tech again is if you have changed safety equipment. If you've changed the seat, changed the belts, anything safety equipment related, that's the only time you have to come back through tech. Otherwise, just update the information on your electronic tech form and head straight over to registration. Speaking of registration, the girls have asked me to remind you guys again, please take a minute to log in, make sure the memberships are updated for all your drivers and crew members. And if it's at all possible, please complete all your payments. It makes the registration process move a lot more smoothly for them. We can take care of that stuff for you. If for some reason you need us to, we can take care of it at registration, but it makes the process go so much faster for everyone if you just take a minute and get everything checked in advance. Okay, enough about that. I'm looking down at my notes here. The gate entry procedures. VIR is, in their words, open for business, which means we don't have any restrictions like we had last year on the total number of people, total number on the team, anything like that. However, giant comma, however, as you come in, anyone who is listed in advance on your team registration, driver or crew member, can enter the facility. They'll check them off at the gate and they roll in. I'm going to do this exactly the way I always do it. I'm going to download the event registration directly from your team roster, your team registration. I will put it all in one great big list and I will deliver it to the track probably Thursday afternoon. And it just allows them to just check off a name and say, yep, you can go in. If you have somebody that is coming, they want to visit, they want to watch, a guest, whatever you want to call them, VIR is going to charge them a $10 gate entry fee. This is a VIR thing. They're charging admission to anyone who's not on the gate list. So those people are welcome to come in for $10. VIR will let them in. If those people are going to go onto pit lane, they're in any way going to be part of the team, especially over the wall, but anywhere down on pit lane, they need to have a Champ Car crew member wristband. Those are available for sale at registration. They are $20 for the weekend, and they are good, obviously, for the entire weekend. Okay, so remember, the $10 to get in the gate, that's VIR. The $20 for the membership wristband, that's Champ Car. The important thing to remember here, the bottom line for this, is that because we are a member-owned club, we are required by our insurance to have every single person who's participating in the event listed as a Champ Car member. That's why they've got to get a one-day membership. So if you want, you can sign them up as a regular Champ Car member, put them on your team roster, and they roll in the gate and get a wristband at registration. If they decide at the last minute they want to come, or you just don't want to do that, they can pay the $10 gate entry fee that gets them into the paddock. They can view from just about anywhere they want. They can get to all the foodstuffs, the pro shop, anywhere in the paddock is fine. But if they want to get down on pit lane, if they want to go through that fence there and get to the pit lane area, then they're going to have to be a member of Champ Car with a Champ Car wristband for the weekend. And you can buy those one event wristbands at registration. Hope that makes sense, but trying to kind of clear up a little bit of confusion on that. You'll notice that I have not used the dreaded S word, right? The spectator word. Everybody wants to ask about spectators. We are a non-spectator sport. It is how we are insured. It's how our contracts read, and it's very important that we don't title anybody as a spectator. We do not allow spectators. We allow members. You can either be a regular member with an annual membership, or they can be a one-time member with a weekend membership registration, but they're not spectators. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I took a little bit of extra time to talk about that because it does create some confusion. So hopefully you guys will understand that. Flagtronics, probably a good time to note Flagtronics. A couple things going on with Flagtronics. Biggest, most important, it's working, and it's working really well. especially at VIR, because right now the Flightronix system is capable of doing full course yellow conditions. And because VIR does code 35, that works out really well. This weekend, Flightronix is going to have units for sale. You can finally purchase your own Flightronix system. Pricing is available from Flightronix, but they will have units at the event available for sale. And team captains, you'll notice if you look carefully at your registration system and the Champ Car registration, that there is a place now where you can enter your Flightronix unit number in the same type of location where you put your transponder number. You can actually put the Flightronix number down there and it will record for your car permanently. So we've opened that up to team captains now. They will have units for sale. They will also have units available for you to try. If you have not tried one of these units yet, I highly encourage you to do it. It doesn't cost a lot. In fact, I think they're still doing the trial rental or the trial user thing for data collection. I'm not even thinking they're charging for the rentals yet. When we do implement this full scale, we will be charging for the rentals the same way we do for transponders. But right now, I think Flightronix is just handing them out for trial. They're really simple. They plug in, they sit on the dash, and they give you your course conditions. At night, you'll be able to see full course yellows. They will also tell you when the track goes code 35, and the unit will flash at you and tell you if you're exceeding 35 miles an hour. They will also give you black flags or any other communication stuff. So I highly encourage you guys, if you haven't tried this thing yet, pick one up, try it. I haven't heard one bad word back from anybody about it yet. So especially, like I say, at VIR, at night, in the dark, and with the code 35 conditions, it is just a prime location to use the Flightronix system. So I'm looking down here and I'm not seeing anything else that I need to talk about. Remember that we have practice Saturday morning. We have a 2-hour practice session, 8:30 to 10:30. Drivers meeting for the practice session at 8. Drivers meeting for the race at 11. We will go green at 12 noon and run straight through around the clock until 12 noon on Sunday. And then we'll hand out the prizes and the trophies and the massive winnings and all those other valuable things that everybody wants. So I'm going to do my point now where I pause. So, Paulie's giving me a thumbs up already. That was a short pause. So, okay, everyone, thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys at the track. Please travel safely to get there, and we will see you in just about a week. Thanks, guys.